Hi and welcome to this introductory video all about how we can use Jamboard, the newest addition to G Suite. Jamboard's available on the Play Store, on the Chromebooks, but also on mobile and via the web at jamboard.google.com. And the good thing about Jamboard is it enables us to use the stylus that comes with our Chromebooks to write directly onto the screen, almost as if you were just using a pen, and it's very, very responsive. On the web version, there's slightly less features available, and obviously the stylus isn't one of those, but there are other great features as well, which we can look into later on. So down the left-hand side here, we've got our tool menu, and first thing we're going to look at is the pen tools, and you can see that there are lots of different options here. This top one is the one I've already used, which just works as a standard pen. The second one is more like a kind of felt pen. The third is more kind of a highlighter style, and the fourth is a paintbrush. And you can change the colors of these using the paint tool that's right there. So you can highlight over things, or potentially you can change your pen and write in different colors however you feel you want to. The other tool that we see down the right hand side here when we open up the pen tool is this one, the A+A, which is the handwriting recognition tool, and that enables us to write, and then Google will recognize our handwriting and transfer it into normal text, which is great for those people who might struggle to read handwriting. We're in the position then to take that information, and we can move it around the Jamboard. We can, using our fingers, spin it around. We can stretch it, we can shrink it, we can move it wherever we want. Okay. The other tool that we've got down here is the shape recognition tool. So if we want a specific shape, we don't have to draw it perfectly. Jamboard recognizes what we're trying to do and turns it into a shape for us. And again, we can hover over till it goes blue. With our fingers, we can enlarge, we can twist, we can move, and anything we don't want, we just drag down into this red bin section at the bottom. So a great little addition there. The final thing with the pen tool is the auto draw, which enables us to start drawing a particular picture, and Google will start to recognize what we're doing and make suggestions, which for those of us who aren't very talented artists and aren't very confident is a great option, and it gives us the opportunity to then select one and it completely changes it. And again, we can move it around, we can spin it around, we can change whatever we'd like to do. So those are the pen tools. The rubber tool then works very simply. You've got the option to clear the whole board or just as an individual rubber, and using the stylus, you just rub out whatever was already there. The colors are pretty simple. The lasso tool here enables you to highlight a particular tool, and this just spins around if you're trying to draw attention to a certain area. The secondary option is almost like a laser pointer, which appears for a while and then gradually disappears if you just want to draw attention to something quickly. So we're going to move on to the T slide now, which gives us the option for inserting kind of like post-it notes, and we have the option of the different colors here as well, so we can easily change the colors of the post-it notes, and then we would insert some text, whatever we would want to use. Okay, so we're just going to hide that for a minute because we're going to use those later. We click the plus, and we've got the option also to add information from Google Drive, add information from the web service, add images, and add emoticons, and also direct pictures from our camera. So I'm going to move to a second slide here, and this is one that we might want to use, for example, just mind mapping with students, ideas about global citizenship, and they might want to search the internet and look for things like tsunami, for example. So they can search that, and Google then finds the word for tsunami. They might want to find some images from that, and maybe they decide that they quite like this giant tsunami tool here. So using our stylus, we click the scissors, and we can move the cutout section to where we want, click enter, and that adds that into our Jamboard. We can then move that around, we can enlarge, same as we've done with everything else, we can spin it around, so that can form part of our mind map, as well as automatically just writing using the pen tool. And the same can be done with the adding searches for images as well. If we want to add an emoticon, we have a selection here, as well as some templates. So for example, if we were working on telling the time or maybe looking at storyboards, we might choose to insert some of those. And we just click on them and they insert in, and we can move them around wherever we want. There we go. So we can play around loads and we can copy that and create another version and move it to wherever we want with it. Okay. With the, let's go back to the other tool. With the option of the post-it notes, you can pre-create a set of slides like this, and then you can choose to use this as maybe an organization starter. For example, what are the most important elements of an outstanding lesson, for example, and then students will be able to pick up the tool with their fingers and move things to where they think they need to be in order of preference. Okay. And they can change those around and they can argue them. Anything goes wrong, we can just click undo. They can argue their point and they can put forward their point of view on that as well. With this slide bar at the top, I've also got the option to use different formats. So from a mathematical perspective, we can use these for shape drawing. And if I want to change that at any point, I just click on the individual slide that I'm using or another slide and click on this hazard area here. And it gives me the other options. So I can choose from a black background, blue background, the grey squares, just normal lines, and squared paper as well. And all I do is just close that window, and now I've got the option to use the squared lines as well. For example, if I wanted to draw a graph, I could then perhaps plot individual points on there and have students estimate where they think a line of best fit might work. Okay, so lots of different options there, and all of this, as I said, is available on the app in the Play Store, but also via jamboard.google.com via the web surface. And one of the cool things you can do is if you've got two machines, you can have the web surface up projected on your board, and you can roam your classroom with this Jamboard open on your Chromebook and allow the students to write directly and see it mirrored on the screen. So have a play around with it, enjoy it.